The African Development Aid Association, ADA, an indigenous non-governmental organisation, is contributing to Ethiopia's much-needed environmental conservation and rehabilitation through engaging in participatory environmental conservation. With encouraging significant conservation successes notched up in organising forest farmers' cooperatives and forest-based livelihood activities, the association, founded in 1998, now wants to expand into different areas. It is a much-needed initiative. Although Ethiopia has a rich diversity of flora and fauna and huge potential, it is also confronted with ineffective resource utilisation and vanishing riches. Ecological degradation is massive, and the country struggles to get on top of nature conservation and resource retention. Forests are significant losers in the face of natural calamities and human mismanagement. Annually, 150,000 hectares of forest land is converted into other land use, with farmland taking the highest share, according to a FAO report. 2 million hectares of land is irreversibly degraded, bringing an end to cultivation and production. Urgent intervention with practical solutions to deal with the ever-looming problem are necessary.
Wala kana namni gormi qoteti waan qajeelcha kana mannin beeneefi lafarra buzula kana malee amma buzula kana deebisuufi himmoo karraa deebisaan hundaa'ee warroonni adda addaa warri aadaallee gargaarsa go'a deebisaan hundaa'eeti biqiltuulee nuukanii waan kana mokkaraa godhaan akka waan ta'e jabaannee biyya buzula balleessillee biyya irraa dhoogginee biyya istakaakallee biyyi keenya akka badii irra hin geenne akka gammoojjiin hin balleessin akka beelaa hin banne akka dhukkubaa hin banne waan akkasisanii godhaa jedhaniiti adda godhuu yaada godhanneen illee godhaneeti jaarsa biyyaa jedhaniiti nu fidaniiti yoo rabbiin guddaan jedhe biyya keenya mokkaruu barbaanna.
The Participatory Forest Management PFM scheme is just one of those responses, with the local community playing a major role in conserving and rehabilitating local natural resources. PFM deliberately involves the major stakeholders, the community and government bodies, which share the management and also benefit from the resources. It is a system through which the resource is legally transferred, thus empowering the local community. It proves to benefit both the land and its inhabitants. While much has been done through the government channels to conserve the forest resource, conventional methods of forestry management are not effective enough. Indeed, the result is really rather alarming. Against all expectations, forest cover in the country has diminished from 40% to 2%. PFM practice began in India and Nepal about 30 years ago and was recently introduced to Ethiopia, where two NGOs, Farm Africa and GTZ, started the scheme. Their efforts have met with some success, with forest improvement in Chilamo and Adaba Dodola.
Akka ganda keenyaatitti ganda basaquu ilaalaatitti naqofa as dhufeeru uduu namni haga shanii ta'e as dhufee waa an arge kana arge jedheeti yaada. Maaf bakka baay'eetu badiin irra ga'ee lafti qonnaan bosona dhiibee waggaa lamaan adda amma warqii 200 ol ka ta'u lolaan gaaraa gadi garagalee waa irra dhaabatu dhabee nama jalaa balleessee baadhatee bishaan haga kiiloomeetira 10 baadhatee deemee ni jira. Maaltu kana godhe jennee ilaallu lafti sun bosona waa irra dhaabatu dhabee roobni lolaan gadi dhiqameeti baadhatee deemee.
The African Development Aid Association's contribution has been in participatory environmental conservation in the Duro chain of mountains, where organising forest farmers' cooperatives and forest-based livelihood activities have produced some very encouraging results, prompting extension into the adjacent Munessa and Abaro mountains. These areas are vitally important to rivers feeding the Rift Valley regions and making life more sustainable and easier for people and animals. Rift Valley lakes such as Langano, Abiata and Shala also share in the water runoff. Giant strides and diligent effort, coupled with cooperation to rehabilitate the degraded forest and revive it to provide the usual water reserve for the ecosystem, are called for. The clear objectives of PFM are geared towards timely and efficient implementation. The objectives are to develop and conserve forest through community participation, capacity building and empowerment of the community. These are achieved through organising forest farmers' cooperatives and finally transforming them into a union. Upholding and strengthening forest-based livelihoods is also part of the overall package.